just sitting in front of this massive chasm that we call the Grand Canyon. And it's just awesome. It kind of reminds me of this theme that's been recurring over the last week as I've been taking pictures and taking little videos and trying to document the things that I've seen. But as I look back at the pictures and the mountains and all the things that I've seen and taken pictures of it, I realize that, even though I have a 10 megapixel camera and I feel like I can use it well enough to take some pictures to be able to maybe express the greatness of what I'm looking at. But when I've been looking back at the pictures, it just doesn't compare to being here. And I just feel like in order for anybody who looks at these pictures, you'll never really fully get it until you're in the presence of these massive structures and this great chasm that I'm sitting before. And it just, to me, it really speaks to the experience of being in God's presence. It's not something that you can really tangibly put into words. It's something that must be experienced in raw essence. And Psalm 16 has been something that has been just resounding over and over, but it says that you will show me the path of life, and in your presence is fullness of joy, and in your right hand pleasures forevermore. And there's almost this unspeakable joy, this unspeakable awe when you are in God's presence. And it really makes me, want to say a lot less in my prayer life. But one of the things that I really feel like we as Christians, and especially these last few generations, is that we have to get back to experiencing the presence of God. To actually tangibly lay hold of by faith the reality that Christ broke that separation and that we have access to the presence of God. And this passage that I wanted to share is from Hebrews 6, but it says that this hope we have as an anchor of the soul, a hope both sure and steadfast, and one which enters within the veil, where Jesus has entered as a forerunner for us. And this idea and this concept of a forerunner, it basically just means a front runner. And when you think about cycling, for example, there's always a front runner who kind of bears the brunt of the wind and debris or whatever it is that's in front of them on their path, and so the other riders can rest behind him because they're drafting as they follow him. And I really feel that this is something we have to do in our own personal experiences, is to go behind the veil. We have to go within the veil as Christ did. when the cross was finished, and when he died and gave up his last breath, he tore the veil. And then it says here that he went within the veil. And through the Old Testament and the Levitical order and all the things that happened before Christ, the manifest presence of God was behind the veil in the Holy of Holies. And so what this speaks to is that Christ, as the front runner, went in, and we, being his followers, must follow him there. And I just feel that's something I think we all need to get right. We need to be able to experience that in order for him to really endow us with the kind of power and the kind of courage and the strength that it's going to take to live out this life. Because I think we can all admit that this life is not easy, and there has to be something supernatural about our lives in order for us to make the kind of difference that I believe Christ wants us to make. And so I just wanted to share that, and just share kind of what I'm witnessing right now. And it just, I know this video isn't going to do any justice to what I'm seeing and what I'm witnessing right now. But I think the same must be true for you. That I can sit here and tell you about God's presence. I can tell you about the times that I've been in prayer, and I've experienced that and really felt it deep within my soul. But you're never really going to get it until you go there yourself. And so that's I just want to encourage you guys to do that, because it changes you. It changes your perspective. It changes your outlook. And you're just different. So, anyway, just a random thought while on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Anyway, I'll give you guys one last shot. And God bless